Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio. It is Sunday, May 15th. Ian Cameron, Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham will have Skee Profit momentarily ready for this Sunday, a huge NBA Sunday with 2 Game 7s. It doesn't get any better than that, nor does it get any better than the show starting. We've already got a $20 dono from El Dorado. The train is already leaving the station. All right, great stuff. El Dorado Custodian, terrific.
Up,
Thank you
dude?
very much. We appreciate it. $20 dono to get the party started here on a Sunday edition of the NBA.
Fellow smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate it. Awesome stuff. Thanks for the dono. Let's get to it. We got Game 7s. We're looking forward to it. Start with Milwaukee and Boston. This one starting in a couple hours. ABC in Beantown. Boston 5-point home favorites, 205 the total in this game. I like Boston to win the series before it started, so I don't feel like I want to jump ship or abandon ship or anything like that. Now, this has been a back and forth series. I give the Bucks a ton of credit, and I give Giannis Antetokounmpo a ton of credit. If he isn't proving right now why I think you got to call him the best player in the NBA right now. I really believe you have to with what he's done here in these playoffs. Last year, of course, in the NBA Finals, he was magnificent. And what he's done in this series is he's trying to carry this Bucks team past a very, very good Boston Celtics team. And it hasn't been easy. And he's had to do it without his wingman, if you will, Chris Middleton, who they've missed in this series. To me, this is very simple. If Giannis is going to do what he does, he's probably going to get 40. I think that's pretty safe to assume that because he's hit 40 multiple times in this series. He is going to dominate in the paint because as much as I like Boston, they don't really have a defensive stopper in the low post against the Greek Freak. They just don't. They're going to try their best to neutralize him, try to maybe get the ball out of his hands, but they're not going to be able to shut him down consistently. So how does Milwaukee go on the road in a Game 7 and win? They need Pat Connaughton to be big, give them some offensive punch. Grayson Allen, the same thing. Bobby P do his thing as well. He's had some good games in this series. Those are the 3 guys I'm really focusing in on. Brook Lopez, you don't know what you're going to get from him game in, game out. But at least with Portis, with Allen, and with Connaughton, I have seen them play well in previous games in this series. They've got to bring it on the road. We all say this, all 4 of us on this show, that a lot of times the role players don't shoot or play as well on the road. That can't happen today because I know that Boston's probably going to say, you know what, Giannis, get your 40. Let's take away everyone else, and let's not let anyone else beat us. And we're going to have a decent chance here today. And remember, that perimeter defense for Boston is still pretty damn good. So, and they're at the house as well. They're going to be bolstered by that, what's sure to be a raucous crowd at TD Garden today. So that's going to be the key for Boston or for Milwaukee. Can they get that supporting cast to step up for them? That's where I have my doubts. This has been a weird series because there's been games where Milwaukee's been up big in the fourth quarter, and they've just fallen apart. Turnovers, defensive breakdowns, bad rebounding, and they've let teams back in. Milwaukee let Boston back into Game 4, and Boston came back and stole that one. We saw in Game 5, Boston was up comfortably, and Milwaukee came back in the last 6 minutes of that fourth quarter, especially the last few minutes, and stole that game from Boston. So there's been some fourth quarter meltdowns on both sides. And the one thing about Milwaukee, and we saw it in Game 5 when they won in this building, they don't quit. They don't quit. And if they're down by 10 points in the fourth quarter today, they are not going to give up on this basketball game. They have not done that at any point. Giannis won't allow them to. So this is one of the, and you can rip me all you want for making this my official play on this game, but I'm not laying the 5 with Boston. I'm laying minus 210 on the money line with Boston. I just feel that's safer. You could say, come on, Ian, you're giving out a minus 210 pick here on the show. You got to be crazy. What good is that? I don't do that very often, but I find in this game it's worth it to do it. I don't want to be dealing with all of a sudden Boston up comfortably playing well. Milwaukee is going to make a run. It's Game 7, and they've got the intestinal fortitude to do that, especially with Giannis leading them. They're not going to throw in the towel at any point. But what if they make that run, they cut the lead to 3 or 4, and we're in a 1 or 2 possession game late? And Boston, I could see a scenario where Boston wins the game, but they hang on, and maybe they don't cover the minus 5. So I'm going to go with the minus 210. I'm going to, a rare instance where I'm going to pay the juice, pay the vig, and I'm going to try to get the Celtics through to the next round with minus 210. in terms of the money line here in Game 5, or not Game 5, Game 7 here with the Bucks and the Celtics. Dutch, we'll start with you on this one. What do you think? Game 7, it could be a classic. We'll see if it is. Milwaukee, Boston.
Yeah, man. Real quick, salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. Hey, be sure to hit that
$50.
motherfucking like button.
Sheesh.
Oh shit, yeah, man. Be sure to hit that motherfucking El
There it is,
Dorado,
$50.
El
Holy shit,
Dorado.
El Dorado custodian. Thank
Yeah,
you,
with
my
the
friend.
50 piece.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we be pubbing. Absolutely, man. Hey, make sure y'all hit that like button, share the video. El Dorado's getting his crunk early in the morning. Appreciate you, bro. Much love. AOD, I see you. I need money. Absolutely, we need that shit today, bro. G Martinez, big up, my guy. Yeah, man. I like the Celtics here. I'm a little skeptical though because they've let me down a little bit in this series. They look real good game 6 though. Specifically Marcus Smart. Shout out to our dude coming back. I said he wasn't great. I don't think he played great though. Shout out to Bobano with his greatness. He said, and Nasty Nate got on me a little bit about it. But yeah, he played absolutely out of his mind. 0 turnovers, shot like fucking, shot unbelievable from 3, set the tone early. But I mean, the whole Celtics did. Tatum from start to finish. I mean, we know it was a Tatum show, right? But the whole team played great, and it led by their point guard Marcus Smart. And a real good thing about that is all three of them combined had 6 turnovers combined. Giannis had 6 himself. Really, the only knock I could say on Giannis, man, what a fucking freak, right? You touched on it, Bobano. He's done everything, man. The guy had 44, 20, and 6, 14 of 15 from the motherfucking free throw line. And they still lose by double digits. So I just see, man, come on, Boston, don't let me down here. Do I believe this game could be close? Yeah. I believe you, touched on it before the show. Which one of these games do I believe could be an upset? And this would be the one. Do I think it's going to happen? Absolutely not. I expect Boston not to lose 3 fucking games at home in this series, but they have lost 2. So, I mean, would I be shocked if they lose this game? To be quite honest, I wouldn't be. But let Tatum, let Smart, and let JB Brown do their thing, and they should hold it down. White's play some decent minutes off the bench as well. I'd like to see him hit that open corner 3, but he's been penetrating, creating for others, getting rebounds, playing solid minutes off the bench. And then obviously we could get Grant Williams, maybe find that stroke back home in that corner, and this game could get a little carried away. But I do like the Celtics here. I'm excited for this game. I think it will be close. I have a feeling that this game will be close. I believe Giannis and Drew will keep it close. So the number does seem sharp to me. I'm with you on the I'm not mad at the money line. I don't know. I can't do the 210. So I have it in part with the Suns at -103. You money line the 2, you get -103. Maybe even money if you shop around a little bit. I believe both home teams win. I know it's kind of square, but shit, you call me a square as I'm on my way to the motherfucking window. Because I believe both of these 2 teams will win. I expect them to cover. But this line to me does seem pretty sharp. How you feeling, Wham Bam?
Yeah, man, I'm right there with you guys, though. I think it is a little bit concerning, knowing that you've seen the Bucks beat them twice already at the house. I just believe that that Boston had to get that shit off their system, man. I mean, as far as Boston, we'll say it like Dutch mentioned this, and Babano talked about the Bucks turnover problem that they've been having. I mean, all year pretty much, especially in the playoffs. Um, I think that Boston's problem is just they complain to the refs way too fucking much, bro. Like a lot of times they just be sitting there just not going back on defense. And we know if they have the defense set, they got a good chance, not stopping Giannis, but containing them. Grant Williams has been doing a good job on the defensive side. On the offensive side, he hasn't been there. Al Horford wasn't there either on the offensive side last game. So I expect both of those guys to have a little bit better games today. That being said, man, Giannis said it after the game, bro. You know what I mean? We played these guys back in 2018 where they got the best of us in Game 7. We've kind of seen this happen. This time we kind of don't have we don't want to make excuses, but we don't got Chris Middleton. You know what I'm saying? And then he also mentioned we don't owe nobody shit. So if we win, if we get to the next round, cool. It seems like this motherfucker already checked out. So I think the Bucks probably are gonna be toast. If we see the more Grayson Allen we see out there, the happier I'm gonna be. He was -29 and plus minus, and we already talked about why, because they're switching on his ass, trying to attack him as much as possible. So if you see Grayson Allen out there, pretty sure that boy Jaylen Brown sees food, so he's going to be cooking on his ass. And Marcus Smart, man, he backed this shit up, bro. He lost the game. He backed it up. I think you can't just do that one game. You got to do that the next game. You know what I mean? So you got to continue to have that mentality. I expect them to cover today at -5. I do agree with the, playing it safe, taking a money line for both favorites today at the house. I think both of them do close it out as well. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But so I do agree with the money line look for Babano and my guy Dutch. I'm just telling y'all straight up, man. I ain't gonna try to say we going Bible study or anything, but I think it's gonna be a clear Boston win today, wire to wire. I think you're gonna see Jaylen Brown and Tatum just show that, hey man, you could do it all you want, Giannis. You could get 50 on us today, like Bovano said. You could get the points. It's just you don't got nobody else to help you there. So when you're relying on Wesley Matthews, a minimum contract guy, to get you 12, 15 points to win the game, when you're relying on Grayson Allen to play defense when he's getting cooked, it's just not a good look for Boston. So I mean for the Bucks. So I think Chris Middleton is definitely missing this game. You're gonna see the trifecta, like my guy Nasty Nate say, man. We could call it something else today. Nasty Nate said last night, but I think the Celtics trifecta is live. I'm on the -5 though.
Yeah, I'm the couple props that I am on in this game. I'm on one in for each team, actually. Jason, I'm not even complicating it. I know you're not getting value because he's had terrific games, especially the last couple for the Celtics, but he's going to hit over 30.5, I believe, Jason Tatum. I think he's the guy. He's feeling it right now. I like that prop. And for the Bucks, I'm going to go Holiday points over because I think he's a veteran. I trust to make some shots today. All right, because it's if not Giannis, who? I don't trust it to be Grayson Allen on the road. I don't trust it to be Grayson Allen. Even Pat Connaughton on the road. He's had some struggles finding his stroke, his range. Away from Fiserv. That concerns me. So I think Drew Holiday with his points prop. That's what I might be interested in for the Bucks here. So it would be Holiday for me for the Bucks at over 20.5 and Tatum 30.5 for me. A couple props there. Skee, what do you think here, Milwaukee, Boston?
Well, I would say why wouldn't you just do like ski line kind of deal? Did you say you got -210?
I want the whole damn bet on the -210, Skee. That's
I got you.
Okay. All right.
I don't want half and half with this. I'm worried it's Boston by 3. I'm really concerned that that's a legit possibility. Boston by 3.
Well, for me, this is why you play future bets and stuff like that, because I don't feel like I necessarily have to play this game. I got Boston to win in 7. Like I forgot what it is. I think it's like +275, something like that. And I bet it twice. So, I don't really have to get involved in a specific game. I have Boston and Miami actually 1-3-1, 1-4-1, 2 in the Eastern Conference. Yeah. So I'm already invested in Boston tonight. I think they're a better team. They've been the best team in the NBA in 2022. So, I mean, it's not much new to say here. They're going to be at the house. And I know teams that won Game 6 cover Game 7 69.6% of the time since 2015. And that's shout out to my guy Ralph Michaels for that stat. So I like the Celtics tonight, and I don't have any extra bets. I'm just riding my futures.
All right. In your position, I don't blame you with what you've got. You've already got Boston and Miami in the East to win the conference. And I know I have Miami to win the East personally. I don't know if I took Boston. I don't think I did. But I have Miami to win the East. You know that. You know how much I've been drinking that Heat Kool-Aid all year. I've got them to win the East. We'll have some options, though, because I am concerned. If they play Boston in that East final, that would be a tough series for the Heat, as much as I like them. So we'll see how it goes. First things first. Let's not say this is over yet. They got to get past Milwaukee here today in Game 7. We'll see if they can do that. All right, Dallas and Phoenix now. The other Game 7 tonight. This one's on TNT Sunday night, Game 7 in the desert. Phoenix Suns 6.5-point home favorites, 204.5 the total in this game. I'm actually going to lay the 6.5 here with Phoenix. I am. I think this one is the one that could get away from the road team a little bit. Credit to Dallas at the house. They've been terrific in this series. 103-94, 111-101, and then a 113-86 beatdown over the Suns in Game 6. It was just all Dallas in that game. Doncic did his thing, 33 points, but they also got 19 out of Reggie Bullock. They got 18 from Brunson, 15 from Dinwiddie. They held the Suns to 40% shooting, just 33% from three-point range. It was a pedestrian performance from Devin Booker. It wasn't a great game either from Chris Paul. Chris Paul does concern me a little bit here in this series with what's happened. I mean, you look at it, the last 4 games, 12, 5, 7, 13 in terms of points. Turnovers have been an issue. 5 turnovers in the last game against the Dallas Mavericks. 5 turnovers from CP3, which is not something you typically see from him. But look, the defense harassed him. They forced those turnovers. You got to give Dallas credit. They turned up the heat. They turned up the ball pressure on Chris Paul, and Chris Paul had a hard time adjusting to it and handling it. So now the adjustment's got to be made by CP3 now back at the house tonight in Game 7. I got to do a better job with the basketball in my hands. You can't be turning it over 5 times like that. So let's see if they do that here. One thing about Chris Paul, though, we saw it last year in the playoffs. Start questioning him a little bit, and maybe we're at that point once again. Chris Paul gonna, go silent again here down the stretch of this series? No, I think he's going to respond. I really do. I think we saw it at times last year, back against the wall. We would see Chris Paul rise up. Chris Paul's not the reason they lost to the Bucks in the finals. The Bucks took it. It's not that anybody lost it for Phoenix. Milwaukee was that good down the stretch. So to me, this is a situation where I think you're going to see him have a good game. And this is a buy low prop for me as well. Not only do I like the Suns minus the points, but this is a Chris Paul over points game for me tonight, over 16.5. I think I've been good at picking my spots here where it's Chris Paul time to rise up and step up. I've been good at kind of predicting when that's going to be. And I think tonight it's going to be that night. Back home, he's going to look at that game getting blown out by 20 plus points. And he's going to look at that stat sheet in that game and say, hey, 13 points, 5 turnovers, only 4 assists, more turnovers than assists. How often does that happen for Chris Paul? And he's going to think, you know what, I got to be a whole lot better here in this big Game 7 on our home court. And I think he will be tonight. So we'll go with the over 6 points and assists. You could consider that potentially as well, because obviously he's going to I think do a better job with the basketball. We'll see. This is where Monty Williams makes some adjustments, so it's easier for Chris Paul too. Put him in a spot where he's not having to turn it over that many times. So trust the coach. He's good. Monty Williams, we know that. This is a veteran-laden team with high expectations, a team that I think is ready to meet those expectations, not crumble under them. So I like the Suns here, minus 6.5. And Chris Paul, you could go over points and assists. I like both of those as well. Skee, what do you think here? Game 7, Mavs, Suns.
This is tough, but I'm a big fan of Luka, man. I think he's the best player on the court, and you always got a chance when he's out there on the floor.
That's true.
So, I mentioned, since 2015, team that won Game 6 has gone 69.6% against the spread, and you're getting 6.5 points. The only thing though is like for Phoenix, I want to say every game they've won in the playoffs they've covered. They usually win them by margin. So if Dallas gonna win this game, is kind of how I have to think if I'm gonna feel comfortable making this bet. So I'm still thinking about it, but if I am gonna place my money, I do think Phoenix is gonna play a lot better game, especially at the house. But I feel like Luka's gonna compete. Maybe I look at Mavs first quarter or something. I want to be on the Mavericks some way, shape, or form, but I haven't done it yet.
All right, so nothing yet. Mulling it over is Skee in this one. Dutch, how about you? Dallas and Phoenix.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Perfect Rotation. I dig it, my dude. I dig it. Japan, Swish plays games. I see you. Dennis Garcia in the house, my guy. Yeah, man. See, you're going to keep thinking, Skee. Keep thinking. Don't do it, my dude. Don't do it. I'm glad you're coming around and look at the motherfucking dog. You say he's the best player on the court. He's the best player in the Western fucking Conference. And my man, what Bobano say? Giannis is the best player. Shit, give me Luka the motherfucking dime, bro. Shit, every day. But it's not his day. It's not his time. He's done enough. He could lose this game by 50 points and not even score 10 points and still walk out the motherfucking dime, bro. Has he not done enough bringing these boys to 7, carrying these motherfuckers? And just look at the numbers, man. The numbers tell it all. Just look at motherfucking Luka's numbers. But tonight, it ain't the night, bro. You said it. Like, the Suns, they handle business at the house, and they handle business against these boys. They're 3-0 straight up. They beat these boys all 3 home games by an average of 19 points per game. The only one they didn't beat them by double digits was the first game when Luka went crazy in that fourth quarter, and they lost by 7. They was down by 20-something late third or early fourth double digits. So this will be no different. James Little, I believe, keeps asking me about a first quarter look. this would probably be my first quarter look here. I don't have a first quarter bet today, but if I had to, I'd expect the Suns to come the fuck out. They've allowed the Mavericks to even come out on their home court in the first quarter, so I don't expect that to happen tonight. Game 7, these boys just got ran the fuck off the court. They got punked. They lost by what, 30? Booker had a rough night. CP3 been having a rough motherfucking time. I would expect him to show up. But Booker gonna do his thing. DA's been eating. He's been getting 20 and 10 the last couple easy. I expect him that to continue. But what this is gonna be, boys, it's gonna be a Mikal Bridges type of game. It's gonna be a Cam Johnson type of game. Maybe even fuck around and let Landry Shamet hit a couple corners three. This is gonna be a player, all the rows player rotations in the game coming in about 7-8 deep. I look for Cam Johnson, Bridges, and DA. These boys to really show up. Of course, Booker's going to get his. I'm not expecting CP3 to give me 20 and 15. Just don't turn the fucking ball over, CP3. Maybe give me 15 and 8, and let these other motherfuckers eat, because I believe they're deep enough and enough talent and got enough shooters on that court to do what they've done against Dallas, and that's punk them. And the number one thing is turnovers, man. They average 18 fucking turnovers. My man Bobano touched on it a little bit. They've averaged 18 turnovers in the 3 games in Dallas. They take care of the ball at home, only 12, mainly with CP3. So don't turn the fucking ball over. Allow the role players to get hot. Keep feeding it inside the DA. And Booker's going to start this first quarter off hot, because that's just what he does. He's a leading scorer in the first quarter in the league. So I would expect the Suns to get out early in this game and not let up. I'm over the 6.5. I'm not mad about it. I'd probably buy it down to 120. I don't like them hookers, man. I don't like the hooker. But I like the Suns tonight to cover, double-digit win at the house. And Luka's my guy, man. I'm the biggest Luka motherfucking fan. But he's many more to come. Many more. This motherfucker's gonna run the league for the next 10 years. He's gonna have 4 MVPs, 2-3 titles. He needs a little more help, but he's done a great job this year and done a great job in this series. So no notch on him. But they won't get it done tonight in Phoenix.
All right, liking the Suns here, -6.5 as well. It's hard for me. You know how much I like Dallas and Luka too. They were a meal ticket for me in round 1. I was backing them every game. I took them in the series against Utah. I bet Dallas again in that series after they got down 1-0 after game 1 at like +300 almost the series price. They've been very good to me, and I hate thinking about a spot like this. I got to go against them, and I got to maybe see Luka go out of the playoffs. I don't like saying it or seeing it, but it's just this is the Phoenix. This is at home. They've got great expectations to get back to the finals and win it. And we have seen them just handle Dallas at home in every game in this series. So it's hard for me to think anything other than that possibly being the case tonight. What do you think here, Wham? Game 7, Dallas, Phoenix.
Yeah, I thought this series was gonna be tough. I thought Spencer Dinwiddie was gonna do a lot more in this series. Last game, shot 5 from 7 from 3. All the shots came from 3. Reggie Bullock, last time he was in Phoenix, he was 0 for 5 for 3. Didn't get anything off. But the last game, he was all right, 5 to 11. In this game, I agree completely. This is a Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson type game. Both of those guys at the house. This should be a smack city spot, especially losing after double digits. We know what type of after a loss this team is straight up as far as the Suns and against the spread for the Dallas. So last game, I'm thinking I'm trying to add in that to the equation of the capping. Like they're better off of a loss, especially being at the house. They were kind of geared up to win that game. Now, by that much, I don't know. Similar to how the Memphis Grizzlies was able to smack up the Golden State in Memphis there. I'm thinking here in this game, though, bro, Suns got to hold it down. They gotta win this game. Are they going to cover is the big question. I think they are going to cover. I did take a parlay with both favorites today at the house, -5, -6.5 for the Suns here. I think that's the only way I'm going to bet the spread here. If I'm going to make an official play in this game, which I haven't did yet, I'm got to think that DeAndre Ayton continues to get to the 20 points. I got to believe that he continues to do that. As much as we know that he's soft as fuck as tissue down there, you know what I mean? He's a finger roll layup specialist. He doesn't want to dunk, bro. I just believe that he will get to 20 today, and they're having a +160 for Ayton to have 20 points, Phoenix Suns to win. I think that's probably my the better approach for me to take here. I believe he's going to get the 20 points. He has the mismatch there, but I am kind of concerned because, like what Dutch said, I expect these guys to pretty much wash them, honestly, because I don't expect the role players like Dinwiddie, like Bullock, like Bertans to have good games today. Like, they got to stop those guys from having good. Let Luka go off. We know he loves TNT. Get your points, bro. Go over your points, PRA, whatever y'all take on Luka props. I'm sure that's cashing today. But I don't think the full game is going to be anything good for Dallas. So I'm glad my guy Skee ain't on Dallas too, bro, because I don't think that's a good look today. I think it is a Phoenix spot. And if I'm going to make anything official, it's going to be Aiden plus 20 points and Phoenix to win at plus 160. Haven't locked that in yet. I do got the -6 in the parlay, so I do want them to cover. But nothing officially just of yet. But I will tweet it out if I do make it official.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say real quick. If you do like the Mavericks, by any means, my guy Skee, just bet Luka. Our guy JPC on the points, rebounds, and shit. Shout out to him. Luka gonna get his, and believe me, if they somehow find a way to do it, he gonna have to have a fucking magnificent game. But either way, he can still get his and lose the game. So if you want anything with the star on it, I would, with the Mav, I would go the biggest star, Luka the motherfucking Don.
No doubt. It's almost a safer bet, to be quite honest with you. Do you want to really worry and fret about Dallas winning, Dallas covering the +6.5, or do you just want to say, you know what, win or lose, or cover or not cover the number for Dallas? Luka's got a good chance to just rack it up tonight.
I personally prefer the points and rebounds, or the points with Luka, because the role players have not played. My man Wham Bam touched on it, have not played up to par at the house, especially DFS, Brunson, and Bullock. I touched on it last show. They are averaging about 30 points together combined in Phoenix, whereas closer to 50 plus at home.
Yeah.
So I would look more, if you like, I would look more points or rebounds with Luka. I don't want to rely on these other motherfuckers making the shot.
Yeah, no doubt. And by the way, 121, 114, 129, 109, 110, 80 are the scores in Phoenix in this series. All of them 7 points or more. So that's why the 6.5, I think they get there. I think they can get home with a 7-point margin or greater. They've won all 3 home games by at least 7. And 2 of those were huge, massive.
19 points per game average win. In that first game they had them. They just let, they just let up. They took,
Yeah, it is. So, like I say, I think Phoenix gets it done. This is not a slight for me on Dallas. I love that team and Luka, but they're going up against the team that's been for me, it's just I want to bank on the team that's been the best team in the NBA, certainly the Western Conference, start to finish all year. Wow, the dono's unbelievable today. $50 dono. Mark, thank you very much. We appreciate
y'all guys, man.
Oh, we sure do. I mean,
y'all the best.
Yeah, we had 2 already earlier from El Dorado custodian. Mark, we appreciate that as well. I mean, already over $100.
The Bucks and the Suns. I'm with you on the second one. I don't know about the first one, my guy, but appreciate you. Much love, my guy. So,
yeah, much love anyway. Even though, we're kind of we kind of like the Celtics and the other
one of us
hoping for the Celtics, but I know, and Skee, even though he's not betting the Celtics today, he's invested in them for the series, invested in them in the Eastern Conference to win it. So we're all riding that bleed green train today with the Boston Celtics. We'll see if they can close it out here in Game 7. But we still wish you well, Mark. We appreciate the dono for sure. No doubt about that. Great stuff on a Sunday. Skee, Dutch, and Wham. Reminder, there's not going to be a pub hub tomorrow. I just realized before we started today, there's no games tomorrow. So it's an off night. It's a dark night for the NBA tomorrow. So no games. We will be back Tuesday. There will be NBA playoff games Tuesday. We'll be into the conference finals on Tuesday. So looking forward to that. We're just going to have one game on each show the rest of the season pretty much. So we are really going to get into these games daily, dissect them, really dig into the props even. Not that we don't already. We already mentioned a lot of props daily, but we'll get into the props even more when we get into the conference finals for sure in the East and the West on this show. So looking forward to that. Oh, good question. Skee, WNBA, are they got anything going today or no?
Yeah, it's 2 games. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I went out last night and I'm kind of late to looking at the games, but I know one thing for sure. When I look at the card, no way in hell am I laying any kind of points with the Fever against anybody in the WNBA. They -2. I mean, it's Atlanta or nothing for me in that game. Fever are the worst team in the league. I don't care. And the other game, I think it's time for a Liberty bounce back. They've had a couple of bad games in a row, and in my opinion, I still think they're the better team than the Wings. They're at the house. I think, they get back on track in this one. So lean Liberty, -2. and Dream +2. I'm gonna do a little bit more homework. I know I got 5 minutes or 10 minutes before I get off the show. I like the Liberty, probably Liberty most, and maybe I'll get there with Dream.
All right.
Yo, these ladies ain't got no
Good
respect,
stuff.
man. They're gonna play some WNBA on 2 Game 7s of the NBA playoffs.
Hey,
Come on,
man,
man.
everybody got to eat.
Come on,
Everybody
man.
eat. Everybody
Come on.
eat,
Let's
man.
Hey, the
WNBA
NBA
gonna-
games out
respect,
your way.
ladies.
It's all good.
I like that Liberty
WNBA
look
gonna
too,
go
bro.
into
That
a
makes
little
sense.
shell just because the NBA is playing Game 7s today.
I mean, shit, they play
Y'all, I'm
Monday.
gonna be real with y'all. I told y'all, the more I look at it right now, I gotta play both of those because it's just like our principle. I gotta play both.
There you go. Liberty and Fever. You give me Fever.
Oh no, hell no, hell no.
No. He said
Fade the
Atlanta, bro.
Fever.
Fade the
Yeah,
Fever.
hell no.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna chill.
Liberty
Tiffany.
and
I'm gonna
Dream.
chill.
Dream. There
Yeah,
you go.
Atlanta Dream.
Liberty and Dream. No Fever. Yeah. Fever are favored in that game. You might get a Fever if you bet them. So don't do that.
Get vaccinated and get a Dream, baby.
Yeah, that's right. What sounds better, a fever or a dream? A dream sounds better. Yeah, so definitely that alone says bet the Dream. So Liberty and Dream says Skee Profit for the 2 dub NBA games today on
There
this
you go, Dutch. Wet Dream play of the day. There you go.
There you go. Dutch is biting his tongue as we speak. No question about it.
We got Tiffany up in here. I'm gonna keep it respect. But I'm being real though, man. I'm like, come on, man. They
Shout out
shouldn't be
to
playing no
Tiff.
games on.
Hey, you got to
NBA
finish
guys.
them in 6 unless you want to go up with WNBA, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, should have handled business then.
Yeah. Hey, the NBA already trumps WNBA in the ratings anyway. I mean, so what they figure, what the hell? We just got to keep playing our regular season out. Who cares if there's NBA?
Yeah,
games?
it's not a
Seven,
good PR
whatever.
move. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
play on Mondays, and you might, we ain't got no NBA on Monday. Maybe I might even tune in and watch the game on Monday. I will not today.
Skee, does WNBA have any games tomorrow? I got to ask this now that you
Never Mondays. It's extremely rare that it's a game on Monday.
See, look, they're missing out
They're
on
morons for
opportunity to
doing that.
network
They are.
and open the eyes of motherfuckers like myself. This is why I don't fuck with the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? It's not because they're females, because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. God damn it.
See, that's the problem. I know they've got this no Monday policy for WNBA games, but you gotta be dialed into what the NBA is doing. And you see that there's going to be no games tomorrow for the NBA playoffs. Here's your golden opportunity to capitalize on that. And they're going to miss out. They're not going to have any games there. They could have had a nice little national TV window for them tomorrow night or something. And they're not going to take advantage of that. That's bad business. I'm sorry. That just is. That's bad business. I know you can go back to no Monday games next week. The next week, it's like George Costanza. You can go shopping for things the next week. Yeah.
So Bobano pretty much feels how I feel about the WNBA now. Okay.
Right. Yeah, you converted Bobano now.
Commercials. I got him. Man.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I know I'm getting these bets in right now.
You go back to no WNBA on Mondays the next week.
I'm just saying you can watch it on Monday.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let's go.
What was that? Oh, yeah, it was Frank Costanza with George. You can go shopping for sneakers the next day when he's going for the job interview. That's right. Yeah. Great line. But yeah, that's bad by the WNBA. That NBA's not got anything going tomorrow. You got to put a game or two on. Simple as that. Tomorrow night. It's disappointing if you're them. Missed opportunity. Hopefully no missed opportunities for us. Hopefully we're going to cash tonight or today and tonight with the 2 Game 7s. We'll be right back with best bets and Dutch's freshest look coming up. Southtown 101, when you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke. Southtown 101. Manscaped promo code PubSports. 20% off your purchase. Lawnmower 4.0 or any Manscaped product with promo code PubSports. MyBookie.ag. Again, NBA playoffs, NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, MLB daily. There's UFC weekly. There's USFL and plenty more going on. So sign up for an account at mybookie.ag. Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit. Mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports. All right, best bets. Dutch's freshest look for a Sunday. Again, we're off till Tuesday. So make sure, again, don't ask me tomorrow. Where are you guys at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific tomorrow? No show on a Monday. We'll be back on Tuesday for the next edition of the NBA Pub Up right here on Pub Sports Radio. All right, Wham, start with you. What do you like for best bet?
Best bet for me is going to be in the Beantown with the Bucks. We don't give a fucks. We're going to take the Beantown -5, Boston Celtics. Get it done, Tatum. Get 35, baby.
Yeah, damn right for that prop of mine, too. I sure hope from your lips, Wham, to the basketball gods today that Jason Tatum gets into the 30s there. But and Boston wins and covers. -5 against Milwaukee. Best bet for Wham. Dutch, freshest look.
Yeah, man. Freshest look. We going to the AZ, man. Hey, and the sun will rise. Go ahead and lay the motherfucking 6. Buy down to 120. We'll leave the hooker at home, man. Lay the 6, -120. That's good money.
There we go. Laying the 6, -120 for Phoenix against Dallas. Freshest look for Dutch. Skee, what do you got for best bet?
I'm gonna go with I talked about those teams that won the previous game and then game 7. When I'm looking that up during the show, I just happened to focus on the under, and the under is crazy. Like 10 of the last 12 games have gone under, and those games are averaging 192 points, or 192.5 points. So it makes sense to me. I trust Celtics defense. Both these teams, they've seen everything, every adjustment you can probably name. I think you're going to get good defensive game plans from both, and it'll be lower scoring in both. So I like under in both games tonight.
All right, the under and I wouldn't argue with that. Game 7s, you're not going to find me betting overs, and I like overs, but not in game 7s. So I wouldn't argue with anyone looking that way. Under. By the way, it's 205.5 for the Milwaukee-Boston game, and it's 205 for the Dallas-Phoenix game. So both totals right around the same range. So under for both game 7s for Skee for best bets. My best bet. Oh, go ahead, Skee. Yep.
No, I'm just going to say Robert Williams available.
There we go. Robert Williams in for Boston. That's obviously significant, needing all the help they can get in that paint area. My best bet, I'm going to go Phoenix Suns, -6.5 against Dallas, 3-0 straight up, 3-0 against the spread at home against Dallas in this series, all victories by 7 points or more. I think it's a big night for Booker. I think Chris Paul knows that, he's taken a hit here these last few games with the way he's played, especially the last game. More turnovers than assists. That's like blasphemy when it comes to CP3. He's going to look for some redemption. I expect the likes of Cam Johnson and DeAndre Ayton to be better, Mikal Bridges to step up and help this team. Everybody play better at home after a debacle in Dallas in Game 6. Suns win and cover. Sorry, Luka. We love you, but not tonight. Phoenix Suns -6.5 against Dallas for my best bet for this Sunday NBA Pub-Up show. That'll wrap it up. Thanks to everyone in the chat for joining us. Hit the like button on the way out. This is our last time to see you guys until Tuesday. So make sure you join us then. Tuesday, we'll be in the conference finals on Tuesday. Looking forward to it. 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. We'll be back Tuesday for another edition of the NBA Pub-Up for Skee Profit, Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham. I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy the Game 7s, and we'll see you again Tuesday for another edition of the NBA Pub-Up right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. You know where it's at, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. Big salute to our guy Mark and Mr. Eldorado with the big donos, big guys. Appreciate it. Salute to the real ones. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.
We be bumping.